The story begins with a very clever minister who was always the problem solver in the king's court. The king trusted him greatly, always consulting him before making any significant decisions. This, however, made other courtiers jealous. One day, the king suddenly criticized the minister's son, calling him foolish, because every morning when the king went to the market, he would place a silver coin and a gold coin in front of the boy, asking, which one is more valuable? Each time, the boy would say that silver was more valuable than gold, causing the entire court to laugh and making the minister feel embarrassed. Annoyed by the king's criticism, the minister went home and asked his son why he always gave the wrong answer. The son explained that every day, the king placed two coins in front of him and asked him to choose the more valuable one. He always chose the silver coin because if he picked the gold coin, the king would stop asking and he would no longer receive the silver coin daily. The boy believed that getting the silver coin every day would be more beneficial in the long run than a one-time gold coin. After hearing this, the minister realized that his son was actually very clever, even though others misunderstood him and called him foolish. The story shows that sometimes wisdom lies in quiet, long-term decisions rather than in loud actions or boasting. Later, the minister understood that sometimes those who act quietly and without show are the wisest. His son had made a very wise decision, which few people could recognize. The minister began to see his son in a new light, realizing that true intelligence doesn't always have to be displayed outwardly. Sometimes wisdom lies in the quiet and thoughtful choices made behind the scenes. From that moment, whenever others called his son foolish, the minister would smile and say nothing. He understood that there are values and wisdom that only those who truly understand can recognize. While others thought choosing the silver coin was a mistake, his son knew how to make the right choice based on long-term benefits and stability, rather than temporary victories that would not bring lasting value. This story teaches us an important lesson. In life, sometimes we don't need to show off or boast about our success. True success comes from doing the right thing and making wise decisions, even if they're not immediately understood by others. Everyone has their own way of living and working, and the most important thing is to stay true to yourself. You don't need to pay attention to others' words as long as you know you're on the right path. Silence and simple actions can often be the key to long-term success. And wise people always know how to create value without needing recognition from the crowd. The story of the minister's son conveys an important life lesson. The world often calls those it doesn't understand crazy. The minister's son didn't care what others thought. Even though he was called foolish, he stuck to his decision because he knew that choosing stability and long-term benefits was more meaningful than boasting about temporary successes. He chose the silver coin every day, not out of ignorance, but because he saw the true value in receiving small regular benefits, rather than one large victory that only came once. Through this story, we learn that if you know you're on the right path, there's no need to prove it to others. Success doesn't always have to be shown outwardly. In fact, those who truly understand and succeed are the ones who work quietly, without needing attention or recognition from the crowd. What matters most is doing the right thing and continuing on the path you've chosen, despite criticism or misunderstanding from those around you. Ultimately, if you are patient, grateful, and keep faith in your path, you will receive good results without needing to show off or seek attention.